back.
Watch
like,
the numbers.
Yeah, you can see the numbers, right? Same thing with SoundCloud. I was very big. I think I still have 2 accounts on SoundCloud. Those accounts, some of them still have better numbers than I do now.
Yeah.
Because then I was pushing, bro. Like I used to like just send everyone. I didn't even mind. I would send people, everyone in the DMs on Facebook, send them.
Sure.
Are we good? Okay, cool.
So yeah, you put in links.
Yeah. So I've got the links out there. People are listening. People are giving me feedback. You know, concrete feedback, mates. Like I remember, like the feedback was so solid because people paid attention then as compared to now. People really paid attention, and that's how I know the two. Like the 2 eras. I know that back then, like people literally, I remember I still have the DMs of people giving me feedback. And I know who were the people that used to actually give me feedback. You know, we know these people, you know. So we know I know who's this guy that actually told me to do A, B, and C, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I did that. And remember, like now, that is not even costing me a thing. All I need is data. Sharp, I had data, and then I did that. I didn't have the money for all these other things that now are forming part of advertising and marketing. I didn't have the money for that. And then as soon as I started working, because then I was still a student, but as soon as I started working, I then started doing other things now. You know, I was able to go out. I went out. Like I was going out to like clubs. Like I remember Triple B in Sunning Hill. John the Baptist used to host there was a movement that they were doing on Thursdays, every Thursday at Triple B in Sunning Hill. I would go there and hang out with the guys and while I was there, I was networking. Networking, which is another component of marketing and all of that, right? Because now I'm there, I'm networking, I'm pitching, I'm telling people about my brand, what I do, my product, and John the Baptist knew that I'm a DJ. John the Baptist is another guy affiliated with those guys I was telling you about earlier. And then there was another one happening at Cotton Lounge. Vinny Da Vinci started invited myself, Oscar, and the rest of the guys because I lived. So Cotton Lounge is in Bryanston, so I stayed down the road in Four Ways. So then he knew that I'm around. That was the very first Mokhodu Monday in the north, because all the Mokhodu Mondays were usually happening in the hood, right? Either Kobo Alexi or Soweto. So Vinny was like, you know what, I'm going to launch Mokhodu Monday in North. And then he started tagging us. He said, we must come. And then I joined them.
When is this?
This was now 2017. Right? 2017. So, but like I was saying, like every year, like there's been some level of growth in terms of like, what am I doing with my brand? I always knew that I've got a brand. But your mind doesn't open up like same time instantly on the spot. It's a process. Like it's a huge process. It's a huge process. Like now, what I just discovered this December alone. I will get to that. There's just certain things that you just discover as you go. But now I'm taking you through it bit by bit. Then now I'm depending on what? Networking. I knew that if I network with these guys I'll always be around them. They will always remember and know what, like, hey, because these guys are quite prominent. What they do in the industry, even now, they're always booked. So I'm like, no, man, I need to link up with people that actually perform every week. So that if I've got a song and I'm close with these guys, I can give them my record and then they can play it. And that is also part of like marketing my product. Then the guys started like playing my songs. Oscar would play my songs, Trav would play my songs and all of that. So all these guys were playing these records. And that was another thing. Someone else might have not done it because they didn't think it's quite relevant or...
Well, but not, it's not even a... Because I know how a lot of people... It's not even a privilege. You put yourself there.
You put yourself
you put yourself in that space.
Bro, do you know how many people are around people that are... like, for instance, I'll give you an example with like Maporisa, right? I'm sure you've seen videos of DJ Maporisa, like, just hanging around a whole lot of guys. A whole lot of guys. Like, but we know, usually when DJ Mapolisa drops songs, there's about like 4 or 5 people featured on the record, right? Contributions. But do you know that there's other guys that are just chilling there? Like, they also want to blow up, eventually become this big artist, but these guys are just there.
They're
just
networking.
There. No, they've got access too. Like these guys they're always there at Mapolisa's house, whatever. This is an example, right? This is an example. I'm not saying it's actually happening, but I'm just saying that there are people that have the same privileges or same advantages, but they just don't put themselves out there. Just because you are friends with this person A doesn't necessarily mean that now person A is going to come to you and help you hold you by the hand and take you to the into the jungle. They will never do that. You have to meet them halfway.
Like,
can we go there?
Can we go there?
If it's possible. If you can't, it's fine. But tomorrow, can we? So there, you're the one now chasing this whole thing.
Facilitating.
Yeah, you're making sure you're instigating something. You're not just waiting on someone to start something for you. So I started my own things, like getting these guys into the conversations. My first conversations with all these people were, it was just around my music. Nothing else, bro. Like I'd never had any other thing I was selling. These guys didn't even know what I'm studying at UJ, but they knew I go to UJ. These guys didn't even know Limpopo Kai, you know, but all they knew was the music. So that's how I started marketing myself. And as you grow, then you learn other things. You now social media, it's like the biggest space you can find right now, currently. So what do? You take advantage of that space. Everyone is consuming content on social media these days. Everyone, right? The likes of TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So what do you then do? What do you then do with yourself as a brand? Sharp. You first want to be appealing, right? You want to look like, if I'm going to, like, now this is what I do. I'm saying it right now publicly. If I'm saying my booking rate is maybe like 2K to play for an hour, and I don't look like 2K, then how am I going to convince the promoters?
How are you going to convince anyone to give you 2K?
To give me 2K.
You don't look
you don't look like 2K, mate.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that thing, it's a small little thing, but it does make a difference, right? It does make a huge difference. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to work on my image. I decided I'm going to work on my image. And this was obviously with the help of nobody. There's just people that are just telling me that, hey, mate, you should do this, you should do that, right? Sharp. Then I started working on my image so that I'm more appealing to the general public. People are consuming me and my products even more. It's not just a thing of, this guy's talented, but you know, this thing is
you're working hard to remove the but.
Yeah, I'm working overtime, mate. The but needs to disappear.
It needs to go.
Right? Yeah. So then I started like investing in like how I look in a general public. It doesn't have to be expensive things. It just clean, just be clean, just look like.
Be representable.
Yes, be representable. You know, someone needs to feel the need to pay you that 2K if that's what you're charging.
Because they can see.
They can see
the way this guy moves, the way he dresses.
Yeah,
he needs that 2K to.
But that's not even. You can have all the clothes in the world and wardrobes and everything and have a stylist.
Or you can get the money. You can never buy taste.
You know what I mean? You can have all of those stuff, but listen, it gets to a point whereby you still need the actual work, right? Because you must find the balance. You know, you don't want to now, because I'm not a model. You know, my business is, I'm not in a business of clothes and all of that. But this business that I'm in, it does require image. You know, how you look and all of that. So now, what does that mean? It means now you're not just going to depend on pictures of you looking good. It also goes back to like, how are you conducting yourself in the general space, in the general public? How are you on social media? How's your engagement on social media? What is it that you're putting out there? Because if you go on my Instagram right now, you will not find a video or picture where I'm consuming. There's a whole lot of alcohol all over the table and a whole lot of girls for no reason. For me, I've just felt like that doesn't speak to my brand. So that's where now you start tweaking and, you know, just kind of like customizing yourself as a brand. And so now you like you now direct, you know? You're specific. You're like, my brand, I don't want.
They have to know what you stand for.
They have to know what you stand for. Whatever you portray out there, it has to be the true reflection. People need to see it. You know, it can't just be, this guy, he dresses this way, he looks this way, but this is happening. Like I told you, the buzz needs to go. because that's what's going to make that's where the doubts start developing. You know, so you don't want that. You want to eliminate all of that. So there's many things, mate. There's many things, and until now, I think I'm still depending on, like, now I've got a team finally, and this thing just started like now recently. As soon as people started seeing that, oh, this is what this guy is about, because someone needs to finally say,
Oh, well, it started with
oh,
you being intentional.
yeah, so
And
like,
people see like, oh,
this is what you do.
oh, it's what you do. Can we help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we?
2017, mate, I was just an attendee at Cotton Lounge Mohodu Monday. I was just attending, just to hang around. That was 2017. 2021, 2022, 2023, I was a resident DJ there. While I was there, I didn't know that eventually one day I'm going to be a resident DJ, right? 2021, 22, and 23, I was a resident DJ at Cotton Lounge. I had my own show. I was the one now inviting people. I was doing what Vinny was doing 3 years ago. So all of that now, what is it? It's brand association, right? I'm affiliated with somebody. I'm affiliated with a certain, brand or whatever. So now people are seeing that also. And someone else is coming and saying, mate, I've got a client. I'm a marketer. My client is Jägermeister, or my client is Savannah, Then now Savannah comes through or Jägermeister comes through. Hey, listen, can I hook you up with a nice photo shoot? We're doing this campaign for A, B, and C. And then you're like, whoa, well, how's the money looking like? They're like, nah, we're just doing this photo shoot. Blah, blah. You know the chats, right? It's up to you, mate, if you're going to take that as a step, or you're going to take that, or you're going to decline that and say it doesn't have the money. So this all now depends on your vision and how short-sighted are you, right? There's people that that decline like opportunities mainly because they don't have the money or they don't come with the money. But sometimes when you know what you want, you can see beyond just the idea by itself. You actually can see the vision.
And you're building a friendship with those.
You're
those
building
people.
an affiliation.
Next time they have 1 million, they know, or we have this guy we work with.
Bro, every event in the city, if it's a big event, just know that there's many sponsors. So if you can find a way to work with those sponsors, then you're most likely to be at all those events. And all of us, we're working towards being at those events. Just so you can actually, you can put your name out there. And if you're a DJ, you obviously want to be booked. Yeah. So it was a process. Like I told you, I think I've been breaking it down from how I started in varsity, and then before working, after working, and just now, recently. That the brand associations and just having a team, the PR. I've got a PR guy that now deals with my PR. I've got a creative director, someone who deals with like my reels on social media. If it's a reel, if it's like all of that, how I should actually be identified on social media. There's someone who looks after that. I've got a road manager. So yeah, all those stuff, like they kind of help in terms of like making sure that the brand is where it's supposed to be. Sometimes it doesn't always work because it all depends what type of team do you have. You can think you have a team, but you just have a bunch of people that are just out there for their own benefit.
Yep.
But fortunately, it's all my friends. It's all my friends that have been around since day one, so they know exactly what the goal is. It's nothing new. They knew 5-6 years ago, or this is what this guy wants to do. You understand? So yeah.
You assembled the Avengers. It's time to save the world.
It's time to save the world, right?
Hey, but that's what needs it, man. I feel like we need like an actual superstar in Beresford.
In Beresford. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not talking about superstars. Look, I hear what you're saying, but how do you define superstar?
What's that, Revang?
How do you?
Yeah, the definition I'm gonna put out is Drake.
Yeah.
Drake. When Drake goes to Toronto, he doesn't go to Toronto because he does go there because they booked him.
Yeah.
But every year there's a time that they know in Toronto that Drake is gonna come and he's gonna host. The OVO fest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does the OVO fest.
Yeah, it happens in Toronto. That's
that's where he's from.
He's
Yeah.
from Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah. So Drake goes to Toronto every year. He J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
He brings Hollywood
Yeah.
to Toronto so that the kids can see.
Okay.
Alright.
This is how it's done, and also. But you're right. Now I cannot see what you mean.
Yeah, like
I kinda see
Drake
what you
literally is like in Toronto. They know little niggas in the hood. He signs niggas in the hood.
In the hood, yeah.
He signs a whole lot of artists. His label, Kishore, or their office is in Toronto.
Yes.
Where little niggas can go be like, hey yo,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
So we need something like that in Beggars. Good, not just for Beggars, good for people nationally to see or Beggars for the 1 year.
Sure.
Because there's so much talent here. There's so much going on. And it's
Bro, there's so much talent. Like I said, bro, if you put... So for me, it has always been about, I'm not going to limit myself. That thing is a simple... It sounds cliche because everybody says that.
Do we still have time?
5 moments.
So we'll wrap up. But I know it sounds like a cliche, but you need to work on this brand thing.
Yeah.
Because it gets to a point where now you're no longer just Drake, right?
Yeah.
You're no longer just Aubrey Graham or what is it saying? Yeah.
Like, yo, no, big ground.
You now Drake,
Yeah.
you know? Now, if you host a show, there's certain expectation coming from the general public. It's no longer just you and your buddies.
Yeah.
It's you know, but he didn't just get there. There was a lot of people involved in making sure that is that. Bro, he talks, you should listen to Drake's interviews. He talks so highly of 40. You know, that's his producer. But besides his producer, that's someone that said, hey, listen, on the day that Drake didn't want to wake up and go in the studio, that's the 40 came through. He's like, yo, mate, listen, I worked on that beat. There's no way that I worked on that beat for nothing. Come, let's go, let's do this. You know? So there's certain people that I want to push you, and you need those people. But here, what I'm sensing from like where I'm from, I don't see that, you know. Yes, we might be doing it, but it's so limited, and it's actually not done with purpose. It's just done for that time. I've seen a lot of people that come up with ideas for today, and then they don't materialize into anything. They don't actually follow up. Bro, if you start something, if you finish it, clap for your, like you need to give yourself a tap on the back. Like you have to say, you know what, I'm glad I started something and I'm finishing it. Because there's not so many people that start something and finish it. You were saying now that this talent just goes to waste. Like it just ends here in you know, in the domestic area, but it never goes out in global or whatever. Some guy met me, when was it? I think on the 31st, we met at an event. That guy said to me, it's crazy because today I'm here with you, but tomorrow you could be in America. And I said, why? It's like, nah, you'll just look like you can actually just go to America tomorrow. You don't, it's not far from you. Like it's just close. And as I asked myself, is this how I portray myself? Or is this my brand? Is this what's happening with my brand? Does it look like now I'm ready to take on the world? So that that transition needs to be there. It first has to be there. It's an appetite. So if you don't have that appetite, then you're just going to be domestic.
True.
You see?
I hear what you're saying. That's... No,
because...
But you know what I meant was what I mean is somebody needs to really make it like so much so that oh shit, niggas can jump to the other side.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm there yet. Right? I know I'm working towards something like that. So at this point I can't really say much on that. But I do agree with you because the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing, it means I know exactly what you're talking about, right? That superstar level, I've seen it. We do have people, I mean, we have award winners here from Beresford, right? You know, but the hands are said define superstar. Because someone can define superstar by the accolades, right? How many awards I have, what's my biggest stage?
The records are sold.
The records are sold.
The gigs that I have.
They have those numbers.
Yeah.
So in their definition, that could qualify a superstar. But for me, it's not it. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. There's more. There's always going to be more.
Yeah, last question that I usually ask anybody, or maybe if you were to have a superpower of any form, like being invincible, you can fly, see the future, which one would you want to have? Which one would you like to have and why?
Yo, bro, like, and that's such a wow. Is that what you ask everybody that comes here? Oh, it's quite crazy. But listen, do you know procrastination is a problem, right? We talk about it so casually because it sounds cool to say I'm procrastinating,
Yeah.
But, bro, if I can just develop a certain thing that kind of gets rid of procrastination, then I know that we are good.
Yeah.
The superstars you were talking about, the global superstars you were talking about, trust me, bro. If all these people that you're talking about now or what you're seeing, it's just procrastination. It's just people delaying what they should be doing currently to prepare for the future. So if you're not doing something currently, then the future is also a bit like fucked in a way. So I would, just develop something that will eliminate that whole.
Because I'm also,
Oh yeah, because I'm also like guilty of that, like procrastination. I think I was telling you, in the beginning, I said to you, it took me another 5 years or so just to start releasing since my last project.
Yeah.
So some of that was delays coming from procrastination. Not that I was just always busy working on and polishing my craft, but an element of procrastination. So yes, it comes with laziness as well. So basically, just getting rid of that whole thing of people procrastinating. Because why I'm saying this, I've had the ideas, I've had the chats, I've had the visions, but I've never seen the action.
yeah.
And that's where procrastination starts chowing. And when it chows, then you're not going to get anything done.
True.
Oh, well. So then we will have all those superstars. We'll have the Hollywood looking type of an environment here because everybody that said I'm going to do this, they're doing it.
They did it.
And if you said you want to be behind the camera, now you are doing it behind the camera. Now you shooting my show because I said I'm going to host shows or events. But now you are also performing at my event because you said you're a performer. You understand? Everybody's doing what they said they're going to do. And once you achieve that, then most of the stuff that we want are going to be out there. Man, Dubai was not... just think about Dubai.
It was an idea.
It was an idea, and now suddenly there's all this stuff happening, artificial things, artificial rain, and all these weird things that are going on. Yeah. Simply because someone was not procrastinating. Someone said, I'm going to get up and do it, and they did it. Yeah.
So if you were to give advice to a young Kamu that's looking up to you, that wants to become like you, what would you say to that young lad who wants to do music?
So, first of all, be committed to the reasons why you are doing it. Don't just be committed to the idea of it because there's many other people that are committed to that. And yeah. So be committed to doing exactly what you said you want to do. And when I say be committed, I mean give it your all. Give it your all. Don't wait for somebody to enable you. You need to always be in a position to enable yourself, even if it's a small enablement, but it makes a huge difference. And secondly, you need to be aware of your surrounding because, look, not every feedback is like good feedback. Not every support is like the support you're looking for because some people support you, but they want something in return. So sometimes you find yourself owing a lot of people loyalty, but you didn't sign up for it. You didn't subscribe to it, especially this industry that we're in. Right? So just be aware of the people you bring close to you. Be aware of the circles because those are the things that normally like kind of what's the word? Influence your thinking, right? You could just belong to a certain group and suddenly you think like them. So hence I'm saying you need to choose your entourage, group, cliques correctly so that you don't find yourself chilling with people that you want to be a producer. Chill with producers or chill with people that at least they know what producing is because you can't sit with people that steal cars if you want to be a producer because somehow you will find yourself also stealing cars. So the focus, that's what I'll say to you. Because there's a lot of other things, but for me, those things, and they speak a lot to discipline, self-discipline. It's not just a thing that you just say, you know what, I heard Kamo say, if I want to be successful or if I want to do this, I must, focus on my craft, do A, B, and C. It comes with discipline. You first have to develop the self-discipline. Because that's the same thing that will say, no, don't go there.
Yeah.
Go there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'll say to like a youngie.
So where do people find you if they want to check out what you've been cooking?
So I'm on all social media platforms. Like I'm on TikTok, Kamu Duclass, on Twitter, Kamu_Duclass, on Instagram, Kamu Duclass_official, and Facebook is Kamu Duclass, and Facebook page is Kamu Duclass. So basically, if you just type Kamu Duclass, for some reason you're gonna find my profile.
How do they spell the Duclass?
Duclass is Duclass. So it's Duclass, not Douglas. I hope you guys get it right.
Yeah, no, big shout out, big shout out. You just dropped the project last year. And
I dropped 2 EPs last year. I dropped Eventide and Dead of Night last year.
They're available where?
They're available on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Tracksource, Beatport, everywhere. So yeah, also for direct purchases, you can just hit me up on my DMs, and then we can speak about how we're doing direct purchases. But currently, I'm only doing direct purchases for DJs. If you're not a DJ, I don't see why I would,
Give you the actual
give you
files.
give you that actual file, because it's there available for streaming and for download. So why should I give you a direct file? Because there's a reason why I give the DJs the music for direct purchases. There's a reason why that option is available for them. Yeah.
Yeah, now we're signing out. Big shout out to Kanya Vision Studios. That's where we're doing this. Big shout out to Mawatle Apparel. Just dropped some golfers. Check that out.
Dope.
Follow me at CzAr ODriego on all digital platforms also. My music is out there streaming. We out.